Welcome to the MS&Me Radio Network. The broadcast shows are for informational and entertainment purposes only. They are not designed to provide listeners with specific personal, medical, or counseling advice. Individuals with a medical issue should always consult their healthcare provider. MS&Me is not responsible for content of individual shows. The views expressed by show hosts or their guests are their own. Enjoy the show.
Hi, this is Dawn Melanie. I thank you for joining me today for another episode of my show titled Managing Self. What an opportunity it's been I've had to be able to share with you all on a weekly basis how I manage myself successfully with my relapsing remitting multiple sclerosis now for over 2 decades. I consider attaining success in this area is working through, it's been my working through things like loss of senses such as vision, my hearing, etc. And importantly, I understand that everything is not all right. It's not, shall I say, perfect or in the state before I had multiple sclerosis. My success, it exists with struggles. It doesn't exist, free of any struggles. And I consider MS is sometimes synonymous with my struggles. Yes, my successes, but also my struggles. Like the philosopher Nietzsche said, that which does not kill us makes us stronger. So for me, when I think of my MS, my multiple sclerosis, I focus on my strength. The physical, mental, and spiritual strength. Now, I'll admit, when I hear strength, I almost immediately think of physical strength. Exercising, things like that. Fitness is a large part of my life. Even to this day with multiple sclerosis, I've even competed on stage. Actually, all of my shows, over 10 years of competing, figure stage, bodybuilding, competitions, I've had multiple sclerosis. So fitness has been an integral part forever. And I'll admit that when I hear strength, I think of physical. Initially, I think of physical strength. But I know I'm not alone in that, because I'm one of the people who, I'm one of the people who, when they hear the word exercise, they cringe, because, we immediately think physical activity. We have to do something. We have to be physically strong. But having MS now for over 20 years, and I was never a physical person in high school. I didn't play sports. I didn't play sports in college or anything like that. But now, as I'm older, yes, I said older, I understand now that exercise, whether it be used as a verb or noun, it's something that's carried out to sustain activity, for a purpose, for a reason. And not just fitness, not just to look good, to take pictures for photo ops and things like that, which I have been guilty of, no doubt. But exercise, I think, is a critical element in all of our lives. We should all be conscious of that, to be getting exercise, to exercise, all in hopes of improving our well-being and improving our health. Like I said, sure, people think of exercise, they think of the immediate, not immediate, but the tangible, visible results that they can see. The ones that, we think of a six-pack abs and, bulging biceps and, all that great stuff. But I know that that's superficial, and that's not my number one reason for exercising daily. There's plenty of benefits of exercising, no doubt. Again, a lot of, I won't quantify how many. I'll just say some people see the weight loss, and that is evident. It is a result. It's beneficial to our entire body, to our whole structure, our bones, our muscles, blood flow, increases blood flow, energy levels. That's one of the main takeaways I get from exercising on such a frequent basis is my energy level. My energy levels, like many with multiple sclerosis, it can be daunting because no matter how much sleep I get, 10 hours of sleep, I can still be tired within an hour or two. But exercise does help me feel better, and I feel more energetic overall than if I did not exercise, I believe. I know when I don't, if I miss, if I miss 3 days of the gym, oh boy. If I miss 4 days straight, I'm kind of like, that habit is kind of gonna wane. But either way, I know that I can return, and I get it's like I get an immediate boost. My serotonin levels just kind of go pew, increase almost immediately when I do exercise. When I am engaging in physical activity in the gym, when I'm taking a walk in the park, when I'm shopping. When I shop for hours because I'm walking in stores. I walk up and down each aisle, which seems like, well, why are you there? Well, I'm there to look, but also in the back of my mind, I'm getting my exercise on the down low. Okay, so let's cut to the chase, as my mom said. I'm not quite sure what that means. I think it means get to the point already. Anyway, in short, exercise, my favorite takeaway, benefit, it makes me feel happier. Happier, less stress less. Doesn't take away all the stress, but it does make me feel happier, and I feel less stressed. Moderate exercise every day. I suggest to each of you all listening today. It's some people when they're stressed they want a quick release or something like that to kind of soothe or ease their pains. They may drink or something. Maybe go to the bar, have for a drink. I look at exercise as my biochemical cocktail. It's like this potion of stuff that occurs in my brain. If my body experiences the exercise activity, that's physically, but behind the scenes, the chemical reactions that occur in my brain are, I'd say, pretty wonderful, and it gives me that push to go through the day and be like I said, be happier and less stressed. So it's like a momentum potion. I consider it. That's why I exercise so frequently. So, like I said, momentum potion. How about this one? MS, a momentum shift. Now, when my MS symptoms onset 21 years ago, I didn't realize that I'd be seeing a permanent, yet temporary, constantly changing momentum shift from day to day. Things can be planned, but oftentimes those plans were in vain because we don't know what's going to happen from day to day with MS. But over the years, I have learned that how I manage what is the present, being self-aware, and how I manage what's in the present, that determines my success, or shall I say my outcomes, my outcomes of the situations at any given time. I mean, I know from day one, March 11th, 1999, from day one, here I had choices, Back then it was only 3 choices, which disease-modifying therapy I was considering taking at the time. Now we have over 20, who knows, maybe 25, I have no idea. Over 20 FDA-approved medications used to treat multiple sclerosis. That is to not cure, but to treat, or shall I say to hopefully slow down the progression of the disease. Choices, choices. Every day we got choices. Choices, what medicine we're going to take, what medicine we're not going to take, which procedures we're going to take. Do I want to get an MRI today? Do I want to get blood work done today? Choices. It happens every day. We got a lot of them. But then at the same time, we go, well, all these choices, well, what should I do? So, on one hand, we're overloaded with choices. On the other hand, we're overwhelmed with uncertainty. And I don't think it helps that we're overwhelmed, underwhelmed. underwhelmed. I like underwhelmed. Underwhelmed by routines. What I mean by underwhelmed by routines is, we get into a pattern of doing things, a habit, habitual following through things, just kind of autopilot, doing them, not even thinking about what we're doing, and it's that being underwhelmed. I like underwhelmed by routines, in conjunction with this overload of choices that we have. We have, look how many choices we have today. I mean, I think about, like, let's think about the electricity providers. Back in the day, I'm from Louisiana. We had LPL, Louisiana Power and Light, and actually I've audited different electric companies, and there was APL, Arkansas Power and Light, and it wasn't very many, but now there's like a gazillion little small providers that are available. We have so many to choose from. We can change from day to day, or shall I say from every three or 6 months, if we want to get the lowest kilowatt per hour. But nonetheless, the routine that we get stuck in or used to, the choices that we are afforded each day, in conjunction with not knowing, the uncertainty of any given thing. Those things all like lead to, I guess, what some people may consider a modern day malaise. So saying this, you're probably saying, well, how are you dealing with it, Dawn? And I can say, well, how I manage myself with knowing these, all this stuff exists out there in the world, all the choices I have, all the uncertainty of any stuff that I have. Is this medicine really working? Is it helping me? The routines. I do the same things. Okay, you're gonna go to this gym today. You're gonna work out. You're gonna do this hour. Okay, really, is this helping you, or should I say, is it helping me? Well, I've done some quote unquote research, and I'm like looking into it, going, well, I don't need to just be about talking about things and writing in my journal. Oh, I'm going to do this today or this week, and not do anything. I do need to take action. I do need to not let myself get stuck in a rut, but to advance and move forward for progress. Like I said, I don't want to be. Well, I understand that I'll probably never have a stress-free existence. I strive for a stress-less existence. Notice I say strive. People live. I believe I don't want to just live. I want to thrive. With whatever situation I'm dealing with. So, after reading different articles and different perspectives on exercising to develop or make stronger your I would say your health stamina or well-being stamina, I noticed one common theme that permeates them all, and that is succession. In other words, we don't want to go from A to D without addressing B, C as well prior to that. So we're going to go in order A, B, C, D, E. So we don't want to jump. We don't jump grades generally. I know I didn't go from kindergarten to postgraduate school. Things like that. That's easier to kind of understand. But the same here is we want to address. It does maybe be challenging, but address each of the challenges or habits or skill sets that we want to get accustomed to, and more or less master them before moving on to the next one. And that in all hopes of developing our health or wellness stamina. So I say 6 months a long time, but personally, 6 months ago, I would not have dreamed that I am where I am today. And when I say where I am, I mean physically, emotionally, spiritually. Where I am right now today, 6 months ago seemed like this would not be. Definitely 20 years ago, when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I never thought I'd be where I am today. So 6 months, whatever timeline, whatever time frame it takes for you to develop really good, strong habits for being the better you, better health, managing whatever illness, chronic illness, multiple sclerosis, whatever timeline that you're dealing with or that you deal with, so be it. Just understand that it probably won't be immediate, and it may not be permanent. Like I said, MS is always changing from day to day. So that's one thing I understand, and it helps that I can be flexible. That things do change. Me, like most people, change is hard, but sometimes change is necessary to be better. So you have to sometimes you have to leave something behind to get what's in front of you, and it may be more. Not that you know what it is at the moment, but it may be more. So these habits that I speak of, called, say, stamina challenges. Like I said, these are ones that I agree with, or I utilize. Actually, it's funny because I utilize these pretty much, I want to say every day, not 100%, but I try to. And, as I was preparing for the show, I was like, okay, Dawn, you need to revisit your journal, your spreadsheets and things like that, so that I can be accountable to myself and keep track of these things. Because, it can be a hit or miss. My success would be a hit or miss. Like, okay, you were successful in exercising today or not. But I tell you, it's so, I know for me personally, when I have a concrete evidence, of what is or what was, then I have no excuses to say, well, I don't know what happened, or I don't know why I didn't reach my goals. Because that's the thing. First of all, we need to establish our goals. My goal is a healthy existence with MS, to manage myself every day, to do my part, to do what I can do. Understand that I can't do it all, but do what I can do when I can do, if I can do it. Sometimes I don't have the energy, but nonetheless, establish your goals. That's number one. And then figure out what methods or what habits or what tasks that you want to, that you feel that'll be beneficial or contribute to you reaching your goals on a regular basis. So the first challenge, let's call this stamina challenge, is to face the day. That sounds easy, but for me, I've been trying this. I tell you, I feel like I keep going back. I do well for a couple of days, and then I kind of slip up. So I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. But the first challenge is to face the day. And what I mean by face the day is, get up, get going, get at it, face the day. Don't delay. Don't keep pressing the snooze button. Don't roll over. Just get up and go. I know one thing I know to kind of make that happen more so than not is to maybe set the alarm clock maybe 15 minutes earlier than normal. Guess what? That'll probably compensate for your any time that you may not get up immediately, but also it'll allow time for you to do things in the day that maybe you hadn't done before. So the first one is to face the day. Just get up, just do it. The second one is, admit it. And what I mean by admit it is just, again, kind of journalize or whatever method that you do, or pardon me, that you use to acknowledge things. Acknowledge things that are, things that you want to occur. Sometimes I'll just do a brain dump. I'll just write down a bunch of stuff on there. I call it my wish list. I just write down a bunch of things, everything that I want to take action, to accomplish. Just to have it on paper there. I'll do a brain dump. Admit it. So, okay, I need to call the doctor today, or I need to, get to the gym and walk my 5K today. Just go ahead and admit it. That, that way it's something I need to do. So, I'll face the day. Get up, acknowledge it. And the third one is exercise, or exercise. Like I said, some people say 20, some people say 30 minutes a day. Me personally, I don't go to the gym unless I'm going to spend at least an hour and a half, 2 hours exercising. That's just me personally. But like I said, whatever works for you is what you should do. Don't push yourself. Don't think you have to work out an hour or however long like I do. But understand your body and what you can do. Don't sell yourself short and not give yourself everything that you are capable of. The fourth one is break a routine. You know, hopefully I can get up, face the day. I can say what I want to do, get it done, go exercise. And the next one is just breaking. Not people say just do it. This one I like to call do it differently. You know, just do it differently. In other words, you know, a new routine. I know I go to the gym pretty much the same route every day. I go to pretty much two gyms on a regular basis, different gyms, but nonetheless, I go on the same route every day. So it's been kind of cool the past week or so going a different route at different times of the day, different stops. You know, I may stop, go get a snack here. I stopped and got. Let's see, I got like popcorn. You know, the gourmet popcorn for my husband and I. I thought that was kind of weird, but you know, it was a beautiful day. 80 degrees, it's 82 degrees, which is my perfect temperature. It was sunny, and so I broke my routine. Guess what? I felt great. The sunlight was, that's invigorating, and you know, it wasn't the same old go to the gym, get back in the car, you know, go home. You know, I actually did something a little bit differently. Satisfying to me, and overall happiness increased. Now this habit, this one's easy for me, but make eye contact. You know, the stamina challenge is to, sometimes it's hard to look people in the eye. I've seen younger people, I know it was hard for me when I was a kid. My mom's like, you look Miss So-and-so in the eye. You know, that's respect. It's like, yes, ma'am. So I always do it now, to anybody of any age. But that practice of making eye contact, it really does, it makes a difference. It's made a difference in my life. It shows that you're confident, you're strong in who you are and what you are putting out there in the world. And you know, the challenge is to, like, maybe if you can do that, engage maybe one or two people, you know, making eye contact for, you know, I don't know, 5-10 seconds in the eye while you're speaking with them. Try that and see how it makes it feel. It makes me feel great. I feel confident. Another area is to share with people, kind of like going public, not like SEC, stocks and exchange public, but you know, talking to people. Maybe again, this one's easy for me. You know, I talk to people all the time at the gym, at the grocery store, wherever I am. I talk to people. You know, I share my stories. They share their story. Sometimes I give advice. Sometimes I take advice. You know, it's actually a really good feeling of kind of helping me move forward. Remember, I talked about that momentum shift, or pushing forward. I think it's great to not keep everything to yourselves. Another one is that kind of correlates with connect. You know, connect with people. So when I talk to people, I look them in the eye, and oftentimes I connect with them. I tell people I can connect with anybody on at least one aspect of their lives, and that makes it easier for them to talk to me. It makes it easier for me to talk to them. You know, not only do I tell about my life, oh, I have MS, yada yada yada, but it's important that I ask about their lives, their what they're going through, and you know, that's how a connection is made. It's not a one-way street. It's like anything, it's a two-way street. So there's a give and take, and this all helps to build up me and them, and you know, put a smile in there. You know, smile. I mean, people are so appreciative of a smile, and a smile is free. You know, I always say if I smile, I give it out to the world and hope it returns to me tenfold. Well, I've never been disappointed. So after this week's broadcast of Managing Self, I hope that we're all closer to doing just that, managing ourselves. I hope that each of us will get stronger or more apt to being able to define our own MS. My struggles, my successes, they're different than yours, but you know, I hope each of us can, as individuals, can get a handle on defining their own MS. Recognizing that, yeah, some days it's going to be hard, some days it's going to be more difficult than others, but nonetheless, they all can be managed. You know, they're manageable, and it may not be as easy some days, but we got to keep in mind that we have to push through. Push through. You know, we generate fears when we just sit. We are stagnant, but we risk getting stuck in a rut if we just sit there. I know that I've gotten there, or I've gotten there a couple times. I try not to be there, but I know that I can overcome those fears with action. I don't want to just sit there. You know, I'm going to work to push through it. May not be quickly, but I have to work to push through it, and that means taking action. Sometimes it means doing something physical. Sometimes it just means strength. And remember, I talked earlier about strength can be physical strength, but also mental strength and spiritual strength. All of those are relevant here. And that's what we need to exercise. In other words, practice daily to get to a goal. For this goal right now, I'm talking about multiple sclerosis, how to get through or manage my multiple sclerosis. But for anything in life, we have to exercise daily for those three things: strengthening our physical, mental, and spiritual health and well-being. And it won't happen if we just sit there and think about it or talk about it. We must take action. We must be about it. We must do it. So, everyone listening today, I believe I found the perfect quote to embody everything that I was speaking about earlier today. And that is a quote by Jesse Jackson. He said, "Both tears and sweat are salty, but they render different results. Tears will get you sympathy. Sweat will get you change." This has been Dawn Melanie with Managing Self. I hope you'll join me next week. Until then, have a blessed week.